Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for watching again. All right, so today I want to talk about God bringing peace and stillness into darkness and chaos. All right, so some of you may attest to this, but when the power goes out of my house, like it is pure chaos, especially for the first few minutes, especially with three little boys. Like things get crazy, right? As soon as the power kicks off, there's automatic screaming and like, what's going on? There's frantic and chaos, and there's no like rhyme or reason to what's happening. They just know that it was light and now it's dark, and that's not good. And so we start to light some candles, and we'll get some flashlights out, and things get better, right? And it's kind of like it reminds me of in Genesis 1 with the creation of the world. It says in the beginning, which we can go on about what that really means. I think from what I've read and studied, it doesn't necessarily mean in the beginning of time, but it was at the beginning of God creating the world. But either way, we can get into that some other time. So in the beginning, God created the world, and the world was formless and void, or formless and empty, some of them may say. And it gets tricky there. I think some of you may know, as with most languages, there is no definite like word for word translation. So we have to kind of fill in what we think is best they're talking about, right? And so a lot of translations say formless and void, or formless and empty. But we just read that God created the world, so I don't think it was formless. I think it had form to it. One of the other translations that I really like, and we'll say this, the Hebrew term used there is called, it's a little rhyme, fun little rhyme, tohu vavohu. And one of the translations I kind of like means like wild and wasteland, right? So I mean, it was formed. God just created the world, right? It was wild and wasteland. It was chaotic, you could say. There was no rhyme or reason to it until he went on to create day and night, and separated the land and water. He created plants, animals, and eventually humans. And after everything he did, he said it was good. So there was this world, this planet, that was chaotic. There was no rhyme or reason. It wasn't good. But then God showed up and did his thing, and then it was good, right? And so I think that can happen a lot of times with our lives, where things can be going well, and then maybe you lose a job, a relationship falls apart, or sickness, or even death in the family, or in yourself, sickness in yourself. If there was death with yourself, you wouldn't be watching this right now, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, things are chaotic. You don't know why it's happening. There's no rhyme or reason to it. But I do believe that if we start to let God kind of come in and do his thing, bring the peace that he brings and bring the stillness that he brings, things will begin to be good. It's kind of like with our boys. The power goes out and we light the first candle, and there's a little bit of peace, a little bit of assurance. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still not fun right now. And then you hand each one of them their own flashlight. Okay, I've got my own light here. Okay, I can see around me. It's not as bad. It's getting better. And eventually we light more candles, and things are better. Things are getting good, but it's not all the way there yet, right? And then the power comes back on, and it's good for the most part. So here's the thing: when things get dark in life, when things get chaotic, when things don't seem to have any reason or meaning to it, God brings goodness to those places, right? From the beginning of the earth, the creation, he did his thing and it was good. And we can read all through times, and with Jesus, we'll just pick one up where the lady was brought to his feet, caught in the act of prostitution. And I would imagine that in her heart and in her mind, things were chaotic. She didn't know what was going to happen. She assumed that she was going to die pretty soon, be stoned to death. But Jesus was there. He did his thing in the sand, which we don't know what he did. That's not the point. But in her chaos and in her time of darkness, he brought peace to her. He brought light to her. He brought life to her. Right? He said, hey, don't do this anymore. I don't condemn you, but don't do this anymore. And he didn't say that as like a rule or a law. You better not do that. No. He said it in love. Don't do this because it's not good for you. And he said, I'm good for you, is what he was saying. And it's the same with us. In our moments of darkness and confusion, whether it was something that we did to put us there, or whether it was just something someone else did, or just sometimes life happens and it's not fun. and we're in this space where we don't know what to do or where to turn, I really believe that if we let God come in and just let Him have control over our life, then it will begin to get better, and eventually it will be good. All right? Thank you.